So in this problem, we're looking at now how to start performing the actual operations that we need to in order to get the matrix in the form that we need to solve for the variables that are represented by the matrix, the equations that are represented by the matrix. So we're asked to perform the needed row operation that will get the first entry in row 2 to be 0 in the augmented matrix. So we want the first entry in row 2, so we want 3 to be 0. So what do we need to multiply 1 by so that when we add it to 3, we want it to be 0? So what plus 3 equals 0? It'd be negative 3. So we need to multiply row 1 by negative 3, then add to row 2. And again, remember, when we're add to row 2, notice, we're wanting the first term in the second row to be 0. That means we replace the row that we're adding to. So multiply row 1 by negative 3, so negative 3 times row 1 plus row 2. That means we're going to replace row 2. So we have 1, negative 2, 2. Actually, I'm going to leave a little more room than that. 1, negative 2, and 2. And then in our second row, we are going to have our negative 3 times the term in row 1 plus the term in row 2. So negative 3 times row 1, we know each one of these is going to be negative 3 times the term in the second row. So negative 3, or times the term in the first row, rather. So negative 3 times 1, and then plus row 2, so we're going to add 3, so plus 3. For our second term, it's going to be negative 3 times the term in row 1 is negative 2. And we're going to add that to the term in the corresponding spot in the second row, which is negative 6 or minus 6, plus negative 6 or minus 6. It's the same thing. And then negative 3 times 2, our term in row 1, plus the term in the second row, which is plus 2. And that is going to end up yielding, first row is still the same, 1, negative 2, 2. And our second row, negative 3 times 1 is negative 3, plus 3 is 0. So we did what we were supposed to do. Negative 3 times negative 2 is 6, minus 6, that's 0 as well. And then negative 3 times 2 is negative 6, plus 2 is negative 4. Now what you'll see about this eventually is that we have here, this represents 0x plus 0y, well that's just 0, equals negative 4. So what we'll see when we're actually solving for our variables is that this means that the system is inconsistent and that there is no solution. We weren't asked to do that in this problem, but we should recognize that that's what it represents. 0x plus 0y equals negative 4. Well, 0x and 0 plus 0y, that's just 0. 0 cannot equal negative 4, which means the system would have no solution.